Today, we're going to go over how to insert a table of contents into Microsoft Word. I will be demonstrating from the desktop version of Word, but if you're using the free online version of Word, the same steps will still apply. So let's jump in and take a look at how it's done. There are many scenarios where a table of contents will be useful, such as a school report, a work document, or even personal documents. The one thing that ties them all together is that if you have a document that has several different sections in it, it might be easier to tie them together using a table of contents to make it easier for your intended reader to find the information they're looking for. In this example, I'm going to use a standard operating procedure that I recently wrote for my team. I deleted the table of contents so I can show you how to set it up for yourself. The first thing you need to do is place your cursor where you want the table of contents to go, and then navigate up to the ribbon and select the References tab. From there, select Table of Contents. There are a couple of options here. You can select Automatic Table, Manual Table, or Custom Table of Contents. For now, we're going to start with an automatic table, and the reason this is my favorite is because when I update the headings, all I have to do is click one button to update everything instead of having to manually type them in and risk making some errors. Once you select your automatic table, you will get a pop-up box that lets you know you need to start applying a heading style from the Styles gallery to the selected text. In this example, the selected text is 1.0 Formatting Guidelines. And then what I'm going to do is navigate to the Home ribbon and go to the Styles gallery. And then you will use heading 1, 2, or 3, depending on your formatting preferences, to pull the information into the table of contents. With my content selected, I'm clicking on heading 1, and you see that the style is applied. It is now blue and in a larger font. If I want the section to be a subheading, I will highlight the content and select heading 2. And I will repeat the process until my document is formatted according to my team's guidelines. Now if I go to the table of contents that was inserted, I can select Update Table. I am going to quickly repeat the process for additional sections in my document. The tip that I will give you is that normally I add in the headings as I'm writing the document because I find this to be a bit more efficient. Now let's go back to our table of contents. And you see that even though I put in additional headers, they are not showing up here in the table of contents. What I need to do is click on Update Table, and I get this dialog box that says, do you want to update the page numbers only or the entire table? Since I added new headers, I want to update the entire table, and then click OK. I see here that I've made a mistake. To fix this, all I have to do is hold down the Control key and click on the link for news articles. And what Word will do is it will automatically jump me to page 5, where I will highlight the news articles and then go into the Styles section and select Header 1. Once I get back to the table of contents, all I have to do is select Update Table and then put the radio button in Update Entire Table and then click OK. And you would keep going until your table of contents is complete. Now let's take a look at some additional options. I'm going to navigate back to the References tab and select Table of Contents. And we're going to look at the Custom Table of Contents. Here is where you can make some changes to how the table of contents looks. Right now, I have a heading, some dots, and a page number. If I go to the tab leader and click the drop-down arrow, I can select none, dashes, or solid line. For this example, I'm going to select none and click OK. When prompted, I will say yes to replace the table of contents. And now you see there are no characters between formatting guidelines and the page number of 2. Let's go back to the table of contents options and select Custom Table one more time. Another way that you can customize your table is to choose how many levels show. Right now, I'm choosing to show 3 levels, so you're seeing the header 1 and header 2, and I'm not using a 3rd level header right now. If I want to, I can change this to 1 and click OK and replace the contents again. And you notice that all of my sub-steps go away. There's no right or wrong to how you choose to do your table of contents. It's just a matter of personal preference. The last thing I'm going to show you from within this Word document is how to remove a table of contents if you decide that you don't want it. You can click on the Table of Contents button, and at the bottom you can say Remove, or you can go back to the References tab, and the Remove command is up here in the drop-down as well. As a bonus tip, I'm going to show you one more thing. If you're like me, when you open a Word document, you typically go to Blank Document and just start writing. But there are several templates here in Word. And one of the templates you can find is Insert Your First Table of Contents Tutorial. Click on that and select Create. And in this template, you will find the steps that I went over in this video, and you can play around with creating your first table of contents. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, please consider liking it or subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.